Welcome back to Team FastEddy. Today we're going to take a look at a product put out by Team Chase, which is made for the Losi 5ive, and it is a CV coupler set. If any of you guys have tried to change your CV joints or rebuild your diffs or anything, you're going to know that the little coupler that comes with it is very, very difficult to work with as far as trying to remove your pins. And they have we'll get a little close up here, they have these rings that seat down inside of this groove that hold the pins in. And I've poked a hole in my hand many of time trying to get these out, so I think this product is something that everybody is going to benefit from. So let's take a look at the solution that he has here, and we'll go from there. Everything that you're going to need is included in the kit. You have a front coupler and a rear coupler. You have 4 pins. There's 2 different lengths in there, which we'll go over here in just a minute. And we've also got some hostile boots that have been cut off that we're going to use to help shield them from dust and other fun stuff. So basically we're going to use these 2 couplers to hold the pins in rather than the 2 clips. And very simply, your coupler is going to slide inside of there. We're going to put the pins in, and it's going to capture it. So wonderful product, made out of aluminum. We're going to install this for you, so stay tuned and we're going to check it out. First off, there is a front set and a rear set. If you take a look, it's marked right on them, front, and the front is a reverse thread, which is pretty ingenious because as it's sitting on the front of your car, it's going to be tightening up as it spins and not falling off. The rear set is marked rear. You can see it right on the end, and that is a standard thread, again, so it's tightening up and won't fall off as your shafts are spinning. There are 2 different sized pins, a short pin and a long pin. And it's just a little bit longer. We'll go over that and where they go here in just a minute. The last thing that we want to note is that there are 2 different coupler styles out there. I have the coupler style that is hexed. You can see there's some little flat spots on here, and it's not all completely round. And from what I understand, there are some out there that do not have the flat spots on them. You're going to want to test fit. The round ones, from what I gather, fit in exactly perfect all the time, and the hexed ones, sometimes you'll have to enlarge the inside a little bit, but just use a little piece of sandpaper in there, and it doesn't take much to get it to fit. Or you can use a little barrel disc on your roto tool, but make sure you don't take too much off. And you're just going to want to test fit these in until they slide in. You don't want to make them too big, so they should just slide right in. You're going to want to test fit and modify both the front and the back if needed. And again, it doesn't take that much to do. It's just a very minute amount of material. So let's go ahead and get started on the install. Alright, let's go ahead and install these bad boys. We're going to work on the front today, and as we mentioned earlier, the couplings are marked front and back right on there, so you can see that one says front, and we're going to use that. And this is a reverse thread, so keep that in mind as we're putting it on. We have installed the included boot already on the shaft, and let's go ahead and grab the metal cup that comes with it. If you'll notice on the 2 halves, one half has a groove on it which you can see here, and the other half does not have a groove on the outside. The part that we're going to use for the groove is the portion that fits on the diff side of the shaft, just like so. So that's the one that has the cut in it. We're going to insert the metal unit in there. If you'll notice, it's kind of coned on one side and it's flat and open on the other. So that side is going to slip down inside of the aluminum coupling, and we're going to align the hole up as we slip it down in. If this is a little bit tight, then you can just use a little bit of sandpaper on the inside. Some are a little bit tight, some aren't. This one fits right in. So we're going to go ahead and slide that down in. And we're going to set this down and slide it over the shaft, aligning the holes. We're going to go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. There we go. There's two pins. One is a long pin and one is a short pin. For the rearmost, or I should say the forwardmost on this, the one that is next to the diff, we're going to use the shorter pin. And now that all of our holes are aligned, we're going to go ahead and slide the pin in. Make sure it pushes all the way in. You can use a little awl or an Allen wrench to make sure that that is pushed all the way in. We'll know it's pushed all the way in when you can turn it. Grab it with the other hand here. You can turn it. Okay? So that portion is now installed. Now we're going to take our shaft and we're going to, got some debris on there, we're going to make sure that the hole here on the center portion is lined up. And we're going to slip this over just like so. We're going to set this in and use our second pin. The first pin is going this way, so we're going to want to make the second pin going in the opposite direction so that it's actually a crisscross in there. So we're going to align this up. Go ahead and drop our pin in. And this pin is a longer pin, so you can see it kind of hangs out just a little bit on both sides, which is fine. And now we're going to go ahead and slip the casing half down and rotate it until the pins drop into the groove that is on the inside. And at this point, we're going to tighten it up by holding the outside one and screwing the inside one in. And remember, on the front, this is a reverse thread, so you're going to have to go the opposite direction. Very simple, just like so. Hand tight, and you're done. Go ahead and slide your boot back down, which is going to offer some protection from dust getting on the inside. That's all there is to it. Very plain and simple installation. Now when it comes time to remove your shaft, it is very simple. You're going to grab the top portion and hold it. You're going to spin the bottom portion, and again, this is the front one, so it's a reverse thread. You're going to spin that, and then at that point you can go ahead and pull up, and it's going to expose your pin. You can use a little awl or whatever, push that pin through. Take the shaft out, and then to remove the bottom portion, we're going to find our little slot here. We're going to spin that around until it exposes our pin. And then there's a hole on the reverse side here. And that pushes our pin out, just like so. Very plain and simple and easy to work on. We want to thank Team Chase for allowing us to not put holes in our hand. So if you haven't stopped by Team FastEddy yet, please do so. We have all of our tutorials listed on our website. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Team FastEddy on YouTube. So it's youtube.com/Team FastEddy. And you can also see all of our videos there. I'm just trying to put this back together real quick here. Sometimes getting the holes aligned up is the most difficult part. But if you have any questions or you want to find a great forum, you can go to rclargescale.com and you can get all of your wonderful 5th scale questions answered there. So on behalf of Team FastEddy, go out and have some fun.